It was my first day at Carroll High School downtown. We had just moved to this new city due to my mom's transfer to the bank's branch office located here. Unlike most people, I was relieved to leave my old school, which had been a nightmare. Upon arriving in the new city, I felt a little disappointed because we would be living downtown and I was accustomed to uptown life. We settled in quickly, and before I knew it, Mom had completed the transfer process to my new school, and I was set to start the following week. Monday arrived, marking my first day at the new school. Mom dropped me off and drove to work. As I looked around, I noticed the school was large and the surroundings were beautifully decorated. Not bad, I thought, nodding in admiration. There was a surge of students in school that morning. Wow, these students are early risers, unlike those at my previous school. I entered the school and reported to the dean's office as instructed by my mother and as directed by a helpful student. So, you are the new transfer student? The dean asked, his bird-like eyes peering at me through the small spectacles perched slightly above his nose. Yes, sir, I replied. What's your name again? He inquired. Santa Kellington, sir, I responded. He scanned some papers in a file on his desk. Okay, shortly, someone will come to escort you to your form mistress, who will ensure you settle into your new class. Additionally, every student here registers for an extracurricular activity based on their hobby. We offer athletics, music, soccer, drawing and painting, basketball, taekwondo, drama, and more. Your form mistress will guide you through the process. I hope you understood. Every word, sir, I assured him. The dean picked up the phone on his desk, dialed the number, spoke into it. Please send the porter to my office. A few minutes later, a man in his late 40s entered the office. Mr. Jerry, could you please take Santa to Mrs. Raymond? Hand this file to her. She will understand once you refuse it, the dean instructed. Okay, sir, the porter responded. He turned to me with a follow me expression. I trailed behind him out of the dean's office to a staff room where he handed me over to my form mistress. Mrs. Raymond reviewed the file's contents and said, Santa Kellington. I nodded. You're welcome to Carroll High School and to Diamond class. Don't be surprised, each class is named after a precious treasure, and Diamond class has consistently been the leading class at every level. We placed you in this class based on your outstanding performance in your previous school. Please follow me. I followed her down the hallway and we stopped at a door with the inscription Diamond Class Senior Year 1. She opened the door and we stepped inside where the math teacher was already conducting a lesson. Excuse me, Mr. Austin, Mrs. Raymond said. May I have a few minutes of your time to introduce a new student to the class? Go ahead, Mrs. Raymond, he replied. Good morning, class, Mrs. Raymond greeted. Good morning, Mrs. Raymond, the students echoed. This is a new transfer student who will be joining you. Please help him settle in. Santa, would you like to introduce yourself? I began. Hello, classmates. My name is Santa Kellington. One student sitting at the back interrupted with a laugh. Santa, like Santa Claus? The class erupted into laughter. Unfazed, I smiled and responded, Yes, Santa. And my mother named me after the legendary patron saint Santa Claus, whom I'm sure my dear friend here still looks forward to during Christmas. The students looked at the boy, whose name I later found out was Christmas, stifling their laughter. All right, everyone, let's behave, Mrs. Raymond intervened. Santa, you can take the empty seats beside Tyler. Tyler signaled to me, pointing out the empty seats beside him. I smiled and took my seat. After Mrs. Raymond left, Mr. Austin resumed his lesson. As I pulled out my book to follow along, my gaze wandered around the classroom and landed on a girl sitting by the window, a roll away from me. She was beautiful with her blonde hair cascading elegantly down her back, but she seemed distant and troubled. I found myself drawn to her, wondering what was on her mind. Before I could ponder further, a marker pen hit my head. Looking down, I saw it lying on my desk. When I glanced up, everyone, including Mr. Austin, was staring at me. I realized he had asked me a question to ensure I was following the lesson and I hadn't responded because my attention was elsewhere. Would you mind returning my marker? Isn't it too early to be distracted by a girl in class? Mr. Austin asked with a hint of amusement, prompting the class to laugh. I bowed my head slightly, feeling embarrassed. I'm sorry, sir, I apologized as I handed the marker back to him. Don't just be sorry, concentrate, he cautioned. Yes, sir, I replied. The day flew by swiftly, and before we knew it, classes had ended and it was time to head home. Tyler turned to me and asked, So, Santa, where are you headed? Home, I replied. Is your house far from here? He inquired. Not too far. It's located in Crescent Layout, I said. Tyler's eyes lit up. My house is in Crescent Layout too. That means we can walk home together, he exclaimed, almost screaming with excitement. I guess so, I responded. Tyler seemed like an easygoing person, short and appearing younger than his age. I sensed a hint of low self-esteem in him, possibly due to his appearance. Perhaps he finds making new friends fulfilling. As for me, I found him endearing. My gaze drifted back to the quiet, beautiful girl. She was packing her books into her backpack, headphones on, seemingly lost in her own world, oblivious to those around her. Once she finished, she slung her bag over her shoulder and left the classroom without a word, unlike the others who were engaged in group conversations. Something must be troubling her. Otherwise, how could such a pretty girl be so withdrawn? I wished I could talk to her and find out more. I am having a party tonight at home. Who's coming? Christmas announced, slinging his backpack over his shoulder. I thought your dad doesn't want you partying, let alone hosting parties at his house. Jesse, a boy who seemed like Christmas' closest friend, remarked. Man, my old man is out of town and won't be back for the next 2 days. What if he finds out? You know how uptight your dad can be. The last time, he had you grounded for a whole month when your younger brother snitched on you. Christmas reassured him. I've got everything under control. My brother won't tell this time, so are you in? Of course I'm in, Jesse said as he excitedly gave Christmas a friendly handshake. Who else is in? Christmas asked the rest of the class. Everyone showed interest in attending the party. A girl who appeared sophisticated in her attire approached me. She walked with remarkable elegance and poise, as if aware of her beauty, and conveyed it with every step. Santa, will you be attending the party? She asked, her fingers seductively brushing against my school tie. I politely replied, I'm sorry, I don't attend parties, and gently removed her hand from my tie. Her expression turned disappointed as she murmured, you're such a nerd. I responded, I thought that's what we are supposed to be. I was told that Diamond class excels in academics. Nora countered, yes, we are all nerds, but we know when to have fun. She swayed her body to an unheard rhythm, emphasizing her point. Tyler chimed in, speak for yourself, Nora. Nora shot back, her eyes rolling. The last I remembered, I wasn't talking to you, short man. Tyler's comment seemed to irritate her. Nora, right? I asked, trying to steer the conversation back on track. She winked at me and replied, yes, please. I reiterated my stance. The bottom line is I don't do parties and I won't be attending. Thank you. Why are you even bothering with him, Nora? I don't want him at my party and you shouldn't be talking to him anyway. Christmas said, his voice laced with jealousy as he tried to steer Nora away from me. Nora angrily retorted, Chris, you're not in a position to dictate who I talk to or don't talk to. You may be attracted to me, but I'm not your girlfriend. With that, she broke free from his grasp and walked away. Sean, the class captain, chimed in from his seat. Who's talking about girlfriends at this stage? That's just a big distraction. Christmas shot back. Sean, stay out of this. And as for you, Santa Claus, I'm keeping an eye on you. He then left with his friend Jesse. Tyler turned to me and said, wow, you've caught the attention of our school's beauty goddess. You must be quite charming. I thought to myself, beauty goddess? I think the quiet girl who left earlier would be a more fitting title holder. Aloud, I said, "That's her business. Let's go." As we headed home, Tyler mentioned, "I wish we could attend the party." I replied, "That's not really what you want. From what I can see, you're not into parties. You just want to feel like you belong." Tyler smiled. "You are right anyway." Days turned into weeks, and my gaze remained fixed on the quiet, beautiful girl in my class. She rarely spoke unless spoken to. On multiple occasions, I noticed her entering the classroom after recess with red, swollen eyes, as if she had been crying. After observing this pattern for a while, I couldn't help but ask Tyler about it one day after recess. "Tyler, why is that girl by the window always alone?" Tyler looked up from his drawing book and asked, "Which girl?" I pointed her out and he replied, "Oh, Benita." "Is that her name?" I inquired. Tyler teased me. "You don't even know your classmate's name." I defended myself. "I'm a new student, remember?" Tyler chuckled. "You've been here for 3 weeks, so you're no longer new." I persisted. "I've heard you. So, do you have any idea why Benita seems so withdrawn? She appears distracted in class, doesn't socialize with others, and looks troubled." Tyler raised an eyebrow. "You've noticed a lot about Benita in just 3 weeks. Are you interested in her?" I replied somewhat impatiently. "Just answer my question and forget about my motives. Can't someone observe another person without being questioned about their intentions?" Tyler apologized and began to explain. "Well, she's been like that since she transferred here 6 months ago. Those who tried to approach her were met with a cold shoulder, so we left her alone." I pressed on. "So, she's a transfer student. Is it because she doesn't like this school, or is she having trouble leaving her old one?" Tyler responded thoughtfully. "I don't think that's the case, but if it is, she's taking it to an extreme." With that, he returned to his drawing. I retreated into my own thoughts. It didn't seem likely that Benita's behavior was simply due to being attached to her old school. There was something deeper that was causing the quiet, beautiful girl to appear unhappy and secretive. I yearned to discover the truth from her directly, but I lacked the courage to approach her and initiate a conversation, potentially forming a friendship. In my previous school, I was known for being a confidant to many due to my ability to connect with people. Tomorrow, I would have to take that bold step and talk to her. The next day, I arrived at school fully prepared to approach the mysterious and reserved Benita. As I entered the classroom, I saw my classmates gathered in groups, whispering among themselves. I approached Tyler to find out what was happening. "Hey, Tyler, good morning," I greeted. "Good morning, Santa. Hope you had a good night's rest," he replied. "Yes, I did." "What's going on this morning? Everyone seems engrossed in a conversation," I asked. Tyler's expression turned somber as he asked, "Haven't you heard?" "Heard what?" I asked curiously. "Benita, the girl we talked about yesterday, is dead," he revealed. I was taken aback. "What happened? Was she in an accident?" I asked, confused. "No, she took her own life," Tyler said solemnly. "Suicide?" I trailed off, shocked. Tyler explained. Apparently, she had been struggling with depression, likely due to family issues that nobody knew about since she rarely spoke to anyone. She fell from the balcony of their fourth-floor apartment yesterday evening and didn't survive. I was taken aback, my mouth hanging open in shock. This was the last thing I had expected to hear. In fact, it was something I hadn't anticipated at all. Tears streamed down my face as I shook my head in regret. If only I had approached her sooner, perhaps she would have confided in me. I shouldn't have put it off. A thought struck me. Maybe I was drawn to her for a reason. Maybe I was meant to help her. Perhaps if I had reached out, she wouldn't have felt so desperate. A flurry of what ifs and maybes swirled in my mind. I slumped into my chair, feeling helpless. It was too late now. Thank you for watching the Masterpiece Stories. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.